work on yourself.
Thank you.
You did good.
Thank you. I feel like I'm ruining it. It's not even a trail running documentary.
You're saying it.
It's just a walking. It's just people walking in Iceland. Like, that's all we're doing. Oh my god.
Come on in.
Okay.
We are starting here and we are going. So tomorrow you're gonna have tailwind from the Arctic Circle. It's much better than normal cold wind.
I think running is a wonderful thing to be shared, and I haven't found a great running group that I'm really comfortable in, that I can feel pushed with. It's funny to me that having a friend along for a long run can make the miles go so much faster, but then I subsequently don't feel like I need to be performing for the group.
Hi, how are you?
For the last 7 years, I feel like my brain has been boiling over with lots of tiny little jobs that need doing.
Are you okay?
And there hasn't been much time to remember who I am. If you're not a parent, it's maybe hard to explain, but you do lose part of yourself. And I wouldn't ever want to change that, but there's definitely aspects that you miss of your personality.
Je pense que jusqu'à présent, j'étais quelqu'un qui n'arrivait pas à trouver vraiment sa voie. Je commençais des choses, je les arrêtais. J'arrivais pas à être passionnée et à trouver quelque chose qui me faisait vibrer. Mais la course en montagne, c'est vraiment un sport qui me permet d'avoir confiance en moi.
Perfect conditions.
I wouldn't say I'm anxious. It's a sense of maybe calm before the storm, literally.
L'idée, c'est de traverser l'Islande du nord au sud. C'est un parcours qui n'est pas très connu, du coup, qui se trouve au centre de l'Islande. C'est vraiment vivre un moment intense à trois et je pense que c'est important de pouvoir partager ça avec quelqu'un.
Hello, Roma.
Iceland's not a big country, but it feels expansive.
Like, what planet are we on? I love it.
This is going a little off base, but it's a little bit scarier than other places I've been. It almost makes me uncomfortable, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's just a lot there and I don't understand it. So I'm freaked out.
When you run with friends, you feed off their energy, so there's always going to be a time where somebody feels strong and somebody doesn't feel so strong.
I had and still do have a lot of trouble being vulnerable. I'm not one to hide my feelings. I'm not one to, mask what's going on. But I like to be a master of my feelings. So when I saw, hey, you have a chance to maybe run across Iceland, it felt like it would be this reset where I knew something interesting would happen.
Yeah. I have to keep going. Go. I'm fine. I'm fine. Breathe.
You are strong. You are strong. You are strong. Your body is strong.
Running is unfortunately a great objective way to see how in shape you are, how good you are. I'm not that competitive with other people, but I am very competitive with what I can do. And I think when I have the worst times in my life, it's when I have this dissonance between where I think I should be and who I actually am and how I'm actually performing.
It's a super long day.
Yeah.
Longer than I was hoping it would be.
I don't know what I was picturing for that, especially that last bit. But I just thought it was uphill. I didn't think it was like technical.
C'est difficile dans la vie quotidienne de trouver des moments où tu peux vraiment prendre le temps pour toi, dans ta tête, de te recentrer sur toi. Et justement, ce sport aide à pouvoir le faire du coup au quotidien. Si le mental veut pas y aller, le corps il pourra pas suivre. Et inversement, si le mental a envie d'y aller, le corps suivra quoi qu'il arrive.
There's a big reason a lot of us run, and it's really because it's relatively meditative when you can only think about your next couple steps. Not all three of us could be in a bad mood at once, right? There's always one person who's doing a little better and can kind of pull the other people along. And I think like that's where the team part of it is just, it's so important.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. I'm like a cosmonaut.
Pouvoir vivre ces moments sûrement intenses, c'est exceptionnel. Et pour moi, le côté humain de courir ensemble avec d'autres femmes, en plus, c'est génial. Je pense qu'avant, je cherchais la performance pour de la reconnaissance, mais aujourd'hui, j'ai plus envie de ça. Enfin,
Now we are in the middle of nowhere. We're still on the moon. Oh yeah. Here we are.
When you're younger, you're maybe more instinctual and you don't necessarily look for answers for feelings that you have. And I think as you get older, things like the phrase inward journey become more of a thing.
I don't trust the weather anymore.
So it comes back to, I suppose, where I'm at in this stage of life, is that the bullshit's disappeared and I am not in competition with anyone else. The inner journey that I feel I'm on is one of acceptance as to who I am now and who I'll be tomorrow and who I'll be in the future.
c'est un petit peu un combat intérieur. Une part de moi qui se sent forte et qui dit « Ok Marie, tu vas à 100%, tu fais les choses bien, tu vas à fond, tu vas au bout de tes objectifs. » Mais il y a un autre côté de moi où je me dévalorise beaucoup. Et c'est pour ça que d'ailleurs que je me challenge sur des courses en trail.
So it's better, I think. Yeah? Yeah, less windy.
Malgré le fait que j'ai acquis une confiance en moi aujourd'hui que j'avais pas avant, c'est quand même toujours là. Et je pense qu'il serait temps pour moi que j'arrive à me donner de l'amour et à m'aimer réellement pour ce que je suis.
Can't believe the sun.
It's such a mood lift.
I wish the people that are struggling or are in abusive relationships or stuck living a horrendous life could just get a snippet of what it feels like to walk through some wet grass with bare feet. That's what running has done for me. It's taken me from sadness at times back to happiness. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's hard and it also brings sadness, but it's more frustration.
We're sending lots of vibes to Jules.
Yeah,
She's a little behind us.
yeah. We keep going for her.
I don't know if it was not used to running on flat road. It's just got steadily worse. So for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3k, I've not really been able to bend my knee. And every step I put down, it's pretty painful. Well, when I say pretty painful, it's really, really, really painful. So that's where I'm at. You have it in your head, you know, this, the ego, I suppose, is wondering what it'll feel like to make it to the beach and how nice it'll be to go home and tell everyone, wow, I ran across the country, and to make my son proud, and then to put in the call and be like, knee's not working, can't make it, was really horrible.
Oh my God.
How you doing, my girl? Pretty sad. But good news is I'm now your extra support team member.
Tell me what happened.
Knee said no.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen when your body does that.
But more importantly, how are you feeling? You're looking good. We're just talking about the fact that you're an Olympic walker.
Okay.
This is your new career.
I've had a good cry.
Okay, I think there's been tears with everyone today then.
It's been bad, hasn't it? Oh, stupid knees, right?
It's not so good when they say no.
And you just can't go through it.
There's a case of, you know, what's worse, a DNF or a DNS? And it's always the DNF's better. You tried. You didn't finish, but you tried. It's better than not starting. And this is something, you know, I have with Corey. I'm always trying to say, look, you're not going to learn unless you try. You learn by making mistakes.
Il faut savoir s'adapter constamment dans l'environnement dans lequel on vit. Ça nous apprend à vivre plus doucement, à vivre avec les imprévus aussi. La nature, elle s'adapte pas à toi, c'est toi qui dois t'adapter à elle.
Ah, there she is.
feel so sick. My stomach is so bad.
You are so strong. You are so strong.
It just is I can't eat.
Okay, so
When I eat, I feel so sick.
From our experience here, like none of us are professional runners, and it could easily have been any of us that have had to quit. There's a couple times when I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain and this really sucks, and like, why keep going? Like, why continue to do it?
Je pense que, enfin, mes ambitions en tout cas pour ce projet, c'est quand même de pouvoir finir ce gros challenge ensemble et de le faire ensemble. Parce que vraiment, très sincèrement, au début, c'était magique. C'était intense en émotion et on partageait vraiment quelque chose de très fort. Et voilà, aujourd'hui, je suis juste un peu triste que ça se soit... Il y a quelque chose qui a changé et... Il y a une partie de toi qui dit, allez, vas-y, tu peux le faire, t'es capable de le faire. De toute façon, t'es entraîné pour, t'as envie d'y arriver, t'as la motivation, t'es là pour ça et t'as envie d'être là, de terminer ce projet. Et t'as une autre partie qui te dit, mais pourquoi? Et j'ai juste réalisé qu'en fait, je peux pas continuer à me faire souffrir comme ça.
Allez, come on over here to the bus board.
I can understand why she feels frustrated. It was, I think, in our eyes, meant to be about bringing three people together who don't know each other, who are able to work together as a team and make it to the destination. But it's been more of a survival mode, and it's turned into sort of individual survival mode just because of the nature of the beast.
I just woke up so tired today. Like, I could turn off my head. The other days, I look back at it and I can't remember certain hours very much. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I still am on the same kilometer. Okay, I'm on the next kilometer. There wasn't a moment that I zoned out and suddenly it was 2 hours later.
I think in my head it was more akin to a race, like a running specific challenge. And I think the challenge was, 30% running, and then it was 70% just like trying to figure out my shit. My head was like, you just don't think about it. And that's actually an incredible thing for me because I overthink things a lot.
Du coup, l'ego, il fait très très mal parce qu'il te dévalorise tout le temps. Il dit pourquoi tu peux pas le faire, t'es nulle, tu pourrais être plus forte. Mais en fait, non, c'est pas comme ça que ça fonctionne. Mais l'ego, il est très très fort.
My brain was taking over. It didn't go as according to plan, but you have to reflect, take out the bits that matter, the bits to celebrate, and learn from the bits that didn't go well, and then move forward onto whatever the next challenge is that comes your way.
Yeah, I think I felt really strongly that I'm like, yeah, if I can run it all, like, this is the time.
One thing we did talk about at the beginning of the trip was what the end of the trip was going to look like. And I think that tomorrow is going to be different than we all three expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're okay, you got this.
Yeah.
And just think of what you will feel on the beach.
Yeah.
And you have time, you know. Take your time. Enjoy this last day.
Yeah.
Enjoy to be here and enjoy your performance, like.
Yeah, celebrating what you've
Yeah.
done.
Woo. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's beach day. Let's go to the beach.
Is this the right way?
You got this!
We can go down here then.
Allez, Carole, hein?
She's got this, no stress.
I'm having trouble with the other two women not being there. It's really difficult because I feel like I'm feeling guilty when I'm feeling good.
Knowing that the other two runners wanted to be out there and couldn't.
So I think that's kind of weighing on me. And I want to be supportive to what's going on.
And I think subconsciously I was able to be like, okay, I guess I can't be that person. I have to be the person that can kind of figure this out. My body's working for me. I'm just gonna zone out and just try to power through.
It's important to look after how you feel as a person, to make sure that you feel valued and cared for by yourself. It means that you can then value and care for the other people in your life more.
Je pense qu'on vit pas assez dans le moment présent, on vit trop dans le futur. C'est-à-dire qu'on se projette trop dans ce qu'on a envie d'avoir et dans ce qu'on a envie d'accomplir, alors que finalement, il faudrait juste vivre le moment présent et accepter ce qui se passe, parce qu'on peut jamais prévoir ce qui se passe dans la vie.
The thing I think I'm trying to come and find peace with is being proud of what I achieved rather than disappointed with what I didn't achieve. For the people out there, mostly the mums or the parents that are on their own and maybe missing parts of their old self, that it's okay to want to take time out yourself. It's easily the hardest thing I've ever tried to do.
Je vais rester sur l'idée que renoncer, c'est courageux. C'est pas mauvais, c'est pas un échec. Au contraire, c'est une grande preuve de courage parce que faut vraiment savoir s'écouter. Faut vraiment savoir le faire. Parce que malgré tout, la vie, elle est courte. Et ce serait dommage de sacrifier son corps pour un projet, finalement, alors qu'on va en avoir plein d'autres pour en terminer un, finalement.
I think not having them there the last day, it was still hard for me to shut down this like alternate reality that I had in my head, which was the one thing I pictured in this trip. It was so many unknowns, but the one thing we could kind of picture was this big beach of black sand and the three of us on it. So I was really sad, I think, when I first got to the beach. I think I have a newfound respect for what my body can do, and then also like a deep acknowledgement that like I have to listen to my body and not override it and just be like, I can get through whatever. I feel like a lot of times I've tried to do things and I've failed or quit, so I'm pretty overwhelmed and surprised to actually have made it.
That was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done.
Oh, I'm done. All right.
You absolute legend. You absolute legend.
I think we did it. I would not have been able to without you.
Wow, you are just incredible. You did it. You made it look easy.
You're amazing. Oh my gosh, you guys.
You did it.
Amazing. We did it. I would not
you
have,
did it.
not have made it through without you guys.
You did it. Every step. Every step. You crossed the country.
Across the country. We should have picked a smaller country.
You keep this memory safe because it's a precious one. You know?
I don't know if like us romanticizing these ultra distances are doing any of us any good. Like people don't know that I'm thinking about quitting every time I put my left foot down on the ground. I would love someone to reflect the experience that sometimes I see, and which is like, this really hurts.
I do hope that, if anything, this can redefine what grit and tenacity looks like. That the decision to stop or the decision to continue should have equal value, especially in sort of the outdoor community.
I missed you guys. I was doing it for us.